Hey guys. I hope everyone watching this is feeling at peace and grounded and just so in love with whatever experience they're having, whether it's hard or easy or good or bad. I'm in Bali right now and it's incredible. It's so incredible. I'm blown away by the beauty of this place and the beauty of all the people who are here. So many synchronicities and so much magic. And I wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to make a little video. First, let me show you where I am. This is where I've been staying the past few days in Ubud. It's right on the river, and it's like this private little blissful fairy tale home that I get to experience. And there's my bed in the back. Let's see, I want to show you the view. That was the main part. Let's see if I can. This is what I wake up to every morning. I've been trying to figure out how I can turn this around and show you guys the river because it's right there. But the video keeps stopping, so I guess all we can do is just have you hear it. Let's see if we can get, there it is. There it is. So this is the first day that I've had to myself in a really long time, and I'm just loving myself up. And as beautiful as Bali has been, I've been going through a lot of really intense catalysts for myself the past few weeks. And just loving it, whatever it is, you know. I'm just loving whatever experience it is, even if I'm finding it challenging on some level, or I'm just holding the space for a lot of emotions to express themselves and not judging that. And I wanted to make a video about how even in the mix of what we can call turmoil or chaos or just hardship, there's always that entrance point to instant bliss, the bliss state, the inherent natural bliss state that is the source of what we're all made of, and that we often forget that we are. And it's so helpful, I feel like, in times of just going through a lot of emotions, to remember that there's that access point. And oftentimes we, you know, make it a practice to love ourselves better in whatever situation we find ourselves in. So whether that's, you know, something that's difficult and we get to practice loving ourselves better, or whether that's something really amazing that's happening and we can just remind ourselves to soak it in and just love ourselves, knowing that we, you know, deserve that. But so many times that I've experienced in the past, and that so many of us have, is we know what we need to do. We know we need to love ourselves better and just relax, but there's so much momentum and resistance that's been built up by that point that we find it really hard to tap into that and to experience that and to bring that forth. And it ends up oftentimes just being a cycle of, how come I can't love myself better? Why can't I feel good about myself right now? And it turns into this like self-judgmental spiral that does not serve us at all. In fact, only makes us feel worse and worse about ourselves. And what I want to share today is that there's another way to do it. There's a way to just drop it all, drop the story that you're a person having this experience, that it's true, and just tap in to actual truth of the source of where we came from, beyond source. That's the ultimate bliss state, is the dropping everything. The story of I'm a soul incarnating, the story of God, beyond everything. There is this natural bliss state that's inherent. That's what we're made of. If we can just get to that, it's so much easier to have that entrance point into letting go of the resistance of that something's not right, or that I'm not doing something right, or that something in my experience is happening that isn't okay, or that I'm not safe, or whatever it is. And once you kind of intuitively are able to point to what I'm referring to, it makes it so easy to drop in over and over and over. And the more we live from that space, the more we're just the vessel, you know, and life is just flowing through us, and you're going to experience so many more synchronicities and so many more wonderful experiences. And whatever experience you do have, your perspective is just going to be so different, that your experience of even the same situation is just going to be a complete 180. And it takes practice. Maybe not for you. And it starts to birth the deepest love of self, of everything. Separation disappears. Fear, the root of fear, comes from the misconception of separation. We think we're separate from something. We think we're separate from God or from life. And that causes like a tension, like our nervous system can feel it, you know, like contraction, and we can just feel this stress, and we don't really know what it is, and sometimes we're not very conscious of it, but it's always there. And when you get to a point where you start tapping into the instant bliss that comes from union with everything, your nervous system can relax, your body can heal, your mind and your emotions can heal, your experiences can be so much better. So for myself, even if I've been going through some turbulence, it's all good. I'm underneath the space of holding those emotions. I'm so blissed out because I know I can tap into that force whenever I want. And then the monkey mind isn't as scary to you because you know you can just step out of it at any moment. You can start living in the moments between the moments. You're living in the gaps, I like to call it. It's where all the magic is. So, we get to practice loving ourselves. And if that seems like it's not as easy as you would like it to be, then just try dropping the whole story and go to the source of everything. It's all you. It's all us. And when we can take our consciousness to that space, the problems disappear. We don't have any problems. There's nothing inherently wrong with anything. We're all just one big existence. The judgments fall away. The fears, the inadequacies, the hurts and the pains, they just, and you're free. You're so free, you almost can't even stand it. Like, I've had so many moments where I'm just, I can't stop laughing and giggling because I'm just like so bubbly with truth of existence, being so united with everything. And if what I'm talking about doesn't make too much sense to you, that's okay. But if you just were to stop and really just be still, and intuitively you know where to go to find this. And I'm hosting a 5-day retreat here in Bali, all inclusive, September 23rd to 28th with my dearest friend Mark. And we're going to really dive into this topic and share a bunch of ways how to tap into this bliss state. And it's the end all to whatever problems you think you have, or that you have to clear, or that you have to do something to get to a certain feeling state that feels better to you. Is we don't have to do any of that stuff. We can just literally drop it all and go there in a moment if we want to. So with that, I say that I love you, and wherever you're at in your process is perfect and beautiful and supported. And just sending you so much love from Bali. Let's see if I can get one more view for you. It's just so amazing. You can hear the birds.